because I don't really think there's too much to say. The Purge is the first movie. I might have given one other four, but I'm thinking four or five, and the more I thought about it, the more I thought this movie definitely deserved a four. And if you're thinking that means 4 stars, you clearly haven't read my rating system. That's a 4 out of 11, the equivalent to 2 out of 5 stars. The movie starts right off with Purge footage of last year. Then it goes to an hour before the annual Purge of this year. Now, this Purge is a 12-hour period during which crime is not illegal. And, it was an interesting concept. It was pretty much like the Hunger Games, except this is voluntary. You don't have to commit crime. You can stay in your home. But I mean, so a lot of people did commit crime. That's why they call it the Purge. And apparently, it shows that unemployment down, um, crime during the year is completely gone, other than those 12 hours. See, things start off odd after that first 3 minutes. It sets us up with the family of the Sandens and James, the husband, Mary, the wife, and the 2 kids. I'll get to them in a minute. And the movie does progress extremely fast. I couldn't believe it was over when it ended. I'm curious as the lockdown begins, because they have a security system. The Sandins have a security system that's supposed to keep them safe throughout the night. But what's going to go wrong? Because otherwise they wouldn't have a movie. The characters all believe in this purge. They believe that it's the right thing to do, including the Sandins. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So while they don't participate and go out and kill people or commit crime, they stay locked up in their nice little home. But something's going to happen. As I said, it's Hunger Games, but it's optional and it's for everyone. As in, it's not the Capitol watching everyone else. It's everyone is involved, and it's totally optional. Now, one of the girls has a boyfriend who comes over and ends up staying, and she doesn't know it for a couple of minutes into the movie, but she finds that he has stayed over, and this her husband, I mean her father, does not particularly like. Now I'm starting to draw conclusions, like her boyfriend's gonna try to kill James, the husband, because he doesn't think that, because he knows James won't approve. What I want to know is, every year they get invited to a party at their neighbor's house who also has a security system to watch The Purge. Now, I think that's a pretty good indicator that since they didn't get invited this year, there could be an attempt by those people on this Sandin's life. Maybe not, but we'll see. Seriously though, what's with this scorched baby tank that Charlie has going around? Charlie being the son. The boyfriend's name is Henry, by the way. Now, when James finds out Henry is in the house, Henry tries to kill him and fails, and James instead shoots Henry. Now, this was kind of confusing because Zoe's boyfriend, Zoe being the daughter, it seemed like at the action sequence, because it was very short, it seemed like Zoe's boyfriend actually succeeded in killing James. But I knew they couldn't do that. Not this early in the film, at least. And so, sure enough, it was James that killed Henry. And Zoe doesn't find out for a little while. Now, what really gets the movie going at long last is, and these aren't spoilers quite yet, Charlie decides to let some guy in. I'm going to see if I can get his name. Alright, I want to talk about this for a minute. Uh, there is a character in this movie whose name is never mentioned, and I actually haven't watched several of those movies, and it's just Bloody Stranger. So anyway, Charlie lets this Bloody Stranger, as he's called, into the house. He temporarily suspends the lockdown, and, well, needless to say, James is not pleased, because he's now already killed Henry, and now he has the Bloody Stranger, as he is called, running around his house. Then there is a group of people that is coming after him, as the Bloody Stranger mentioned, when he first entered the house. And at first I was thinking, okay, here comes that party, but that was not the case. So it just turned out to be a gang up that was looking after him, led by, according to the movie credits, the not nice, the polite stranger, and that really doesn't make sense. He's all like polite, like at the beginning he's all polite, like, oh, we're like you, we are rich, we the only difference is we want to hunt, and we want to hunt this guy because he's homeless and doesn't belong in the world, and so since murder is legal, we want to kill him. And I was like, okay. And I refer to them as the weirdos because they're all wearing weird masks. And he acts just like the character, the polite stranger acts just like the characters from the Hunger Games, who can at times be eccentric. But he is very eccentric in this movie, this character. So the polite stranger says that he wants the bloody stranger to come out, and because he wants to kill them. Otherwise, he will break into this state-of-the-art security system, and he will not only kill the bloody stranger, he will kill all of the sand dens. Now, whether or not they're going to be able to achieve this feat, of course they are. That's the way these movies roll. The weirdos outside there are wearing masks, and they start doing a tease and dance as they wait for some response. So James starts searching for the man, the bloody stranger, but Charlie decides he wants to try to help the man using his machine. This that's got like this scorched baby on top, it's a tank on the bottom, leads the man, the bloody stranger, to his secret hideout area that he has in his room. After another dialogue with the polite stranger, James watches as the polite stranger shoots one of his party members who decides to speak up. Starts yelling at James to let the man out, shoots him instead. He was like, I'm sorry he had to be like that. So they are really nuts out there. Now, we've got the bloody stranger hiding in Charlie's secret spot, but Zoe is scared. So she decides to tell Charlie she's gonna go hide in his secret spot because she knows where it is too. Now, the mother finds him in the secret spot, and there's a bit of a struggle. When it comes down to it, the bloody stranger is put into a chair, but Mary is having trouble accepting that she has to send him out to be killed, send him out to the slaughter, so to speak. James' current character is to say, we have to save our family, we have to send him out there. But seeing what he's become, a few minutes later, James is deciding, no, no, we're going to change this, we're going to turn this around. So he decides to confront the weirdos outside and the polite stranger instead of killing the guy. The time runs out that they gave him to send out the guy, and they take the lockdown down with no issue. And this is where the movie finally gets going. There are a couple, there are several plot twists and turns, plenty of development that's still to be made, and now I'm going to go into those, and I'll call these the spoilers. The man escapes the chair he's taped to, even though really they should let him go since they decided they're not going to kill him anyway. This second part of the movie, as I called it, all begins with one masked guy taking Charlie, one of the weirdos, not the polite stranger. But the guy who takes Charlie is immediately shot by James. Jane gets another one and finds two having fun with the luxuries of his beautiful house and shoots them as well. Then he faces one more jumping through the window. This action sequence is a good 5 minutes of slightly funny and classic fun. Classic action, too. It's then the weirdo, the polite stranger, I like to call him the weirdo, comes in, and it's unclear if he kills James or not, but he does. It's revealed a few minutes later, and I thought, really, you're going to kill the main character this early in the movie? But the fact was, I didn't even realize how fast this movie was going. The fact was, this movie was almost over. He's still moving. Perhaps he'll live and attempt to kill. Perhaps he'll live. That doesn't happen. An attempt to kill Mary fails when neighbors from the party come over to help. Wrong. That party, their party was to come kill him. Basically, what they say is, we are not going to let them kill you because we want to kill you. Oh, shoot. As I say, oh, shoot, I knew that party was to kill them. But that other man, the bloody stranger, steps in, having escaped, and when he's about to shoot them, Mary refuses to have them killed, saying exactly what she said about the bloody stranger. She doesn't want their blood on her hand. So it skips to 2 minutes before the purge. That's an estimate. A final attempt is made to kill Mary, but it's stopped in a matter of seconds. The purge ends, and the homeless man leaves, the bloody stranger. And I was like, wow, that was fast and short. No, I didn't like it too much. 4 or 5, and I'm giving it a 4. The credits use a radio talk show about last night's purge rather than music, although there is some background music. It's just like bum, 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 bum. All in all, it's a weird movie. Some people would like it, but I think the critics have it on this one. A 6 or under for me is a didn't like, so a 4. I think it's pretty clear what I thought of this movie.